afternoon, Germany. Good afternoon, Poland, and good afternoon to everybody back home watching us live broadcasting here FIBO 2014 on Olimp stand. I'm here with the only undistributed world heavyweight boxing champion of the world, the legend, Mr. Lennox Lewis. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you very much. Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Well, I'm honored to sit next to you, and it's an absolute pleasure to have your time. Mr. Lewis, if you don't mind, obviously people back home in England, in the United States, everywhere around the world know you, and there's nothing I could say, more. But it's just, if you tell us about yourself, where you're born, and just a quick description about yourself.
Well, I was born in East London. A lot of people don't realize that, but they can hear it in my accent. Sometimes when I go over to America, they say I sound British. When I go over to Canada, they say I sound British. When I go over to England, go back over to England, they say I sound American. So I actually grew up in Canada, but I was born in England. I left England at 9 years old to go over Canada where my mother was immigrated. And I trained over there. I learned how to box over there. And I went to 2 Olympics, 84 and 88. The 88 ones, I won a gold against Tyrell Biggs, and then I turned pro. And I looked at the world, I said, I'm from England, so I might as well turn pro in England and win a heavyweight championship of the world.
Well, that's great. That's a great success. I mean, you mentioned about winning. You were a junior champion at age 18, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
How did you find it when age 18 you're a champion in boxing, and it is a lot to take?
Yeah, it is. I mean, at that time there were many different countries leading the way, such as Cuba. Cuba had a strong team, East Germans had a strong team, Russians had a strong team, and Americans had a very strong team as well. And it was a big landscape of different countries, but they were great fighters. And I was coming from England, Canada at the time, and they didn't really rate me too much. And they said, oh, British fighters are all horizontal. And I said, what does that mean? That means that they all lay down. So I wanted to change that, and I went out there and I really focused on what I had to do. I sacrificed, I was determined, and I realized that it was an individual sport. Individual sports are sports where it only depends on you. So you don't have to depend on no team, nobody dropping the ball, nobody letting in a goal or anything like that. So boxing was really inviting for me. So I seem to excel at it as well.
Perfect. That's great things you've done, and a great achievement. And you changed the perspective, the view of the people as a British people. Mentioning they could call me a boxer.
And as a young fighter, you get a lot of people saying, oh, the Russians are tough or the Cubans are tough. So before you step in the ring, it's like this country's tough, but yet you have to fight their best, and they take their sport very seriously. So they're throwing the best at you, and that was great for me because I learned different styles as well. European style with your hands up like this, the American style like this. So I combined my styles together to make Lennox Lewis style, and it's I go off of Muhammad Ali because Muhammad Ali was the first man I seen in the ring, and I seen him do the Ali shuffle, and I said, oh man, I want to do the Ali shuffle. And every fight he had, if he didn't do the Ali shuffle, I was upset. So I said I wanted to make my own footsteps in life, just like Muhammad Ali, but obviously my feet are bigger.
I'm not going to ask the size. When you mentioned about Muhammad Ali, which is I presume he's your inspiration, as a young age in the school, what did it make you to choose the boxing career? Was it because Muhammad Ali, or was it anything what was the reason you choose the career of boxing, or were you doing something before boxing?
Well, I'm a true athlete. I play all sports, but I would say golf is my only handicap, and but I play that as well. What made me choose boxing? Basically, in boxing, you can have one fight, win or lose, you get a trophy. It's either a big trophy or a small trophy. I wanted a big trophy. And when I moved over to Canada, my mother's friends had sons which played hockey. And I walked into a room like this, and it was full of trophy. It was sparkling. So I said, I want to do that one day. So boxing, you know, it had one little fight, you get a trophy. And then next week there's another fight. I'm like, yo, I can build up my trophy collection pretty quickly. So I wanted to do that. Plus other reasons had me boxing as well. And what made me focus on boxing primarily was the fact that, you know, my football coach called me a prima donna. And I was like, Mom, I went home and I said, Mom, what's a prima donna? And she was saying, well, you know, he was basically saying you have to focus on one sport. So my focus was on boxing. And I said I wanted to be a great fighter, and live in history and be heavyweight champion of the world, and I've achieved that.
And you are a legend, you know, you have. Right, another question I'm going to ask you, I know you're really busy, so I'm just going to wrap it, you know, hopefully soon. As regarding, you know, yourself, you know, now, you know, boxing, but what sport do you like to just keep you calm as a boxer? Because boxing, some people think it's aggressive things, and as a boxer, what do you do daily to, you know, keep it going still?
Like I said, I play every sport. I've got all my friends that challenge me in every sport. So I've got my friends that challenge me in table tennis. I got my friends that challenge me in pool, tennis, soccer, basketball. So I keep pretty active that way. And you know, I love sports, and I've got kids. So my kids are into sports, so I have to teach them as well and be active with them as well.
Perfect. When you mentioned basketball, I heard you're really good at it. Is it true?
I'm not really good at it. I'm very good at it. No. But you know, when you talk about basketball, even the pro teams, you know, my team is Miami for some reason. You know, it's got great players, and I love watching the sport. And anytime I can play basketball in my house, there's a basketball hoop, so I shoot all the time.
Even keeping them active. Right. Talking about your wins, you've done 41 fights. 38 knockouts, which is great knockouts. Obviously, you know, 2 losses. I'm going to talk about what was your best knockout, if you don't mind me telling me. Yeah.
No, I'll tell you. I mean, it was the Rockman knockout, because Rockman, basically, you know, he caught me in Africa. I wanted to be like Muhammad Ali, so I wanted to go to Africa and box like Muhammad Ali did. But my one didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. You know, my opponent got the best of me, threw a great punch, which my chin happened to be in the way of, and caught me. So, you know, things happen, and you have to kind of, when you fall down, you gotta get up, brush yourself off, and go at it again. And that was the case with Rockman. He rekindled a flame that was dwindling inside of me, and relit it. So from losing, you know, because of his behavior and everything, I decided to, you know, take it so seriously. The next fight, he was in trouble. He couldn't touch me, and you know, I basically won the heavyweight championship of the world once more.
Yes, you have. And talking about your wins, which was you've gone against lots of, you know, stars like Mike Tyson. Which was your favorite one? You knocked him down. Which was you?
That's easy as well. It was Rockman again, because I said he redwindled a flame inside of me that was going down. All of a sudden, it lit back up, and you know, by the you know, if you look at that fight, he knocked me out in the 4th round. I knocked him out in the 3rd round. So, you know, I got him back.
Well, it was a good knockout. I watched that. Question about your family. You mentioned about the family and kids. You know, talking about the kids, what career would you like your kids to follow? As a, you know, I'm a family man myself. I've got an 8-year-old boy. And my little boy, he loves racing, and I love fighting. So that's different. As regarding yourself, you know, just tell us, the viewers, you know, regarding your kids.
Well, for me, you know, a lot of people say, is your son going to be a boxer? I'm like, yeah, well, you know, he doesn't have to do that sacrifice his father had to do. But what I see is my daughters may be fighters. So my daughters have a fighting spirit in them, because they're always fighting, and they actually held up their hands better than my son does. So I wouldn't want boxing for my daughters. So like I said, I'm going to push every sport at them, and whatever they pick and decide or excel at is the ones that they will enjoy.
Perfect. And as regarding how difficult they found it to leave, you know, you're a dad, to travel from United States or Canada, coming here 12 hours, 14 hours, and coming here, when they miss you, how difficult have you found it yourself as a father?
Well, it's always difficult to leave your kids, but they know that daddy's off working, and they know that daddy's gonna come home soon, and that daddy's gonna bring them and buy them a lot of gifts, and not forget about my wife.
Yes, the wife comes first. I agree. As regarding yourself today, you've been here 2 days, and obviously today's the last day, unfortunately. How you found FIBO today, and with the people around you, and I find it unbelievable and hectic. How about yourself?
Listen, I've never seen so much fit people in one room. There's a lot of fit people here, and you can tell they take supplements, and everybody's really health conscious. So, you know, I enjoy it. I'm glad to see there's a lot of people looking after their health. And I didn't really get a chance to walk around too much because I was signing a lot of autographs and taking pictures. But after my set is finished, I'm going to take a little gander around and see what I can pick up.
You're going to have trouble to walk around here, I'm pretty sure. And how you found Olimp Sport Nutrition, the stand? How do you found, as regarding the stand himself and the supplements or the clothing or anything, how do you find it?
Olimp is a great company, and I love them, love working with them. And as you can see, they're leading the way by having the biggest stand out here, and so much people around the stand and everything. So hats off to Olimp.
Last couple of questions, because it's too warm in here, and I know. What supplement do you take because lots of people want to ask this question. I had last night people asking me to ask this question as a boxer.
Well, I take different ones. Multivitamins is the key right now, because there's, you can be working every day, but there may be certain vitamins or minerals that you're missing. So that's very important to put back in your body, and especially, depends on what you take. Just making sure that you have a good, steady program.
Perfect. Last one. Anything you want to tell those youngsters, those people who like to follow your footprint? You're a legend to not millions, trillions. Anything you want to say to them, and they want to follow your footsteps as a boxer, as a legend? Go ahead. And
well, what I say to a lot of kids lately, anything is obtainable. Anything you put your mind to is obtainable. So if you focus and sacrifice what you want to be, then you should be it. Because for me, my sacrifice was, I couldn't go party, couldn't go out all the time. I had to train every day train. Sometimes it'll be raining out, snowing out, and I still had to run. So keep the anticipation and keep the focus and keep the drive, and like I said, sky's the limit. You can do anything you want to do.
You heard the legend, sky's the limit. You can do anything you want, and if you're really motivated enough, you could reach it. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching us, and I'm grateful to be here, sir, and pleasure to be nice, shaking your hand and having your time, and God bless. Thank you.
Thank you.